Hey. So, as you can see behind me, we took out the seats already, but we got the bus. And we're working on it today in the rain. Check it out. Say hello to my little friend.
Hi.
I think we're on day 3. We got all the seats out. We got a bunch of junk off of everywhere, all the speakers out and all the lights out and things like that. We got we got 3/4 of the bus's like bracket system on the floor, because there was a special needs bus. It had these really cool seat belts that you could lift a button and slide them up and down these tracks. You can, you know, strap students in if they would be inclined to like wander off, or if anybody was in a wheelchair or something, they can get strapped in. And those things were super heavy duty and sturdy and nice and cool. We're probably gonna hold on to those. And some of these brackets, find a way to use them. They were all along the above the windows, as well as all these strips down here. There's a big pile of what we pulled up so far, but we still haven't taken out the heater or the air conditioning units or the chair lift. But we did take out most of these, but some of them are still stuck down in there. And there has to be 2 people to do it. So somebody with a hex wrench up on top. We're using my cordless drill. And then somebody down below with a 7/8 inch socket or crescent wrench, and to hold it in place, and then we'll drill up the screws. That's the way we're doing it. It's the best way that we found to do it. It took us like 2 hours to take up one of these strips the other day, because we were using a method that wasn't really working. And then today we went to Lowe's and picked up a grinder and a couple hex wrench like adapter things and a socket thing. So you can use that in the Craftsman socket wrench. But the ones that we couldn't get up because they either stripped out or they're unreachable down below, some of them are right above the battery box. We have to take out battery and whatever. Some of them are also just like, just really difficult, or they get stuck or something because they're a little bit rusted. Not really rust issues with this bus. We're in Arizona, so we don't really get any rain. Yesterday was nice and rainy, but on average, you know, it's whatever it is, 12 inches a year. I forget, 6 inches a year, something like that. But just doing some grinding. Joanna's getting burritos. So I was just minding my own business, right? Just angle grinding some rivets out of this one holder thing that held up one of these air conditioning units. Not doing much. And I see this dude walk alongside of the bus inside of my front yard. And as an American, I was like, what is this dude doing on my property, right? But it turns out he was very nice. He came up to the front door. His name was Joseph. He's like, hey man, my neighbor told me that you were asking about my bus and stuff. I thought it was my man who owned the house that I had talked to, but it was like the neighbor or a friend or something. And so I was really interested in the bus and was like, oh dude, we're gonna do a conversion and we're really stoked about it, and we would love to see your conversion and talk to, you know, you guys about it. And the guy I talked to was like, oh, you'll have to talk to Joseph about that. And about all the information he gave me. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, I was really excited about it. I had just seen them drive the bus out like the day before or something like that, so I got all excited. It was just sitting in their front yard every time I seen it before, so I was excited to see it out on the road, and it was rolling, and I didn't know what they use it for or anything like that. I'm sure not everybody uses them as homes. Sure, a lot of people use them for work and stuff. It's a great vehicle. You could haul all sorts of whatever you want. So, I was excited about it. I had just seen them drive the bus out like the day before or something like that, so I got all excited. It was just sitting in their front yard every time I seen it before, so I was excited to see it out on the road, and it was rolling, and I didn't know what they use it for or anything like that. I'm sure not everybody uses them as homes. Sure, a lot of people use them for work and stuff. It's a great vehicle. You could haul all sorts of whatever you want. So So anyways, this dude Joseph came walking up, introduced himself, and said, "Hey, somebody told me that you were interested in my schoolie, and I saw this one parked right down the road and thought, well, it must be that guy. He heard that I was asking about a schoolie and wanted to introduce himself and show me his bus and stuff. And so he came in and I showed him around this one and what we've been doing and the things that are giving us a tough time. And then he's like, yeah, let's go take a look at mine. So he took me over to his bus and showed me everything. Cool. It was really nice to talk to him. He was a great guy. He said he'd been a diesel mechanic for a really long time, and everybody in the schoolie community knows that you need a good diesel mechanic friend like that. But update on our bus. We've taken out most of the flooring strips that were down here. There's a whole bunch of them. We have a quarter of it left back here in the back of the bus, and it takes 2 people to do it, and we worked from like 10 in the morning till after, it was like 7 or something the other night, just because we were excited. We were like so exhausted and we didn't want to stop, but it's when you're tired that you get hurt, right? So we were like, you know, probably shouldn't keep working with power tools and stuff. And so we found that we put a hex wrench bit in our drill, and then Joanna and I will trade off going down below the bus. She really likes it, but I don't like throwing her under the bus, so I'll make her let me get down there and get dirty sometimes, so she's not, you know, wearing the same muscles and all that. But we'll hold the bolt down on the bottom and then drill up the screw, which has been working. Most of them, I'd say 80% of them we're able to get them off. Now there's 20% that we can't, either because we can't reach them down below the bus, or they're just stuck. Sometimes bolts get stuck. Maybe someone, maybe it's rust, or maybe it's a rock in the way, and when you tighten it down, the rock gets stuck, or, you know, something like that. And so I'll have to angle grind some of them down. And it's only been about 3 or 4 per brace on the passenger side of the bus, but there's a battery compartment on the driver's side of the bus where there's a box and then the floor is above it, and the bolts are above the battery box. So there's no way to get a ratchet in there, and we can get a crescent wrench in there on a couple, but then there's another a beam. The chassis runs right there or something, and so we just can't do it. And so I had to grind 8 on these 3 over here. Which so the last little bit for the day is about the rivets in the ceiling. A lot of people are just taking angle grinders to them, and I tried that for a couple. That was long. That was a lot. And I kind of like hitting stuff. So here's what we're doing. Seems to be coming up pretty fast like that. It's a lot of hitting and it's a lot of pulling and but it's coming up. So it's the end of the day on Monday, and got through almost half the panels on the ceiling. Progress for the day though, it's pretty good. 3. And this guy is kind of stuck by the last few hanging back behind there. Right here at the last second, I figured out how I'm gonna do it, but if I don't leave now, I'm gonna be late for practice. So I gotta go in, I gotta clean up all the stuff, put it inside, take a shower, and then go to practice. So cheers. Day 5. So we're taking out the floor strips.
These gnarly things.
The rest of the floor strips. We got like 3/4 of them up, or we got 3/5 of them up. And yeah, that was it. We started off by taking off the dangling ceiling that was dangling, and then we took out all the insulation, and now we're doing a little sweep up so we can get into these grooves really easy.
Mm-hmm.
And that pub makes either.
No. This if you go to Costco and you find some of this stuff, we'll tell you right now, it's not the best.
It's not the best.
But it's gonna do a really good job of holding all 2,684 screws we have.
What kept us up all night was counting them. But it's a hex wrench, which is difficult. So we had a set, and we used our hex wrench thingy and put it straight into our drill. Okay. And then put that to the floor. Joanna is much more dirty than I am, because she likes to do all the work under the bus. So
It's my favorite.
yeah. So that's that. There's a couple pieces that couldn't come up. There's a bolt here that either got stripped out. Yeah, that one got stripped out. But some of them just got stuck, or some of them are unreachable. So there's these like kind of permanent brace things that go through the floor, like these anchors. I'm not actually sure what they are yet or how they're anchored or whatever. But there's a fan system that's being held up by those things. So when there's 2 spots on the bus where that happens. There's like a battery box up there. There's this air conditioning unit brace thing, and then there's another air conditioning unit brace thing, but official terminology. But I think we were able to get past that one. So this one's the hard one. So I have to grind down. They're about every, I don't know what that is, like 3 inches or 4 inches or something. One and a few inches over. There's another one. There's another one. They're like pretty sturdy screws. And then at the ends, there's 2 right next to each other. So I just have to grind down about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 12 of them or something. And that takes a little while. Maybe it's 8 or 9. Yeah, about 16. So, you know, under 20 of them, but under 20, greater than 15. I'm not gonna count them. So we get to grind it. So Dave Grohl, right? Everybody loves some Dave Grohl. The other night at recording with band, I was sitting there not recording my instrument because I had finished it, and was watching a bunch of YouTube videos. And one of them was Dave Grohl. I was on a Dave Grohl kick, and and he says a lot of things along the lines of, if you know, if you're happy as a musician, if you're happy playing your music, then you have a good life. You know, if you're like playing music to make money and whatever, then like that's cool. But if you're just satisfied by playing the music, then you're good to go. So A, works the same with buses. If you're just satisfied beating up a floor on a bus, you got a happy life. Joanna's taking up all the plywood, and I'm taking up the last of these beams. Oh my god, these beams are horrible. These braces. I have like 4 or 5 more bolts to go. grinding them down. It takes like 10 minutes a bolt or something like that to grind them down. Another hour into it. But Dave Grohl also said stuff like, if you want it bad enough and you're like going to do it and you're going to be awesome at it, then it doesn't matter what stands in the way, because you're gonna figure it out, because you have to if you're gonna be good. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about this too. We want it to be good, and I have a dream, and Joanna has a dream, and we're gonna whip smash until it comes true. And it doesn't matter what comes up. There's been some roadblocks, like I was all intimidated by cutting the coolant lines and sending the coolant back to itself, but it's literally like cutting a hose and putting a coupling in there. That's not that hard. Figured that out, got past it. Was talking to Joanna last night, and one of the ideas was it's scary the first time that you do something, but we're starting to do all the things, so not much is getting scary anymore. Been beating the shit out of this floor over here.
I'm trying. Seems to work sometimes. My back hurts. That's about the worst of it, though. The flooring, like, right up against the wall. That's gonna be annoying. Why, thank you. Just because it's difficult to get, like, a good angle in there.
We'll figure it out, sweetie.
If I hit it hard enough with a hammer, it'll work.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to get in there. We might have to do something about all that. Looks like crap. We're on our way.
Woo! So Kyle's at work right now, but there's me. It's just me in here, and I figured I would show you all the crazy cool kick-ass work that Kyle did today. He took off the rest of the flooring, not the flooring, sorry, the ceiling. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, but look, there's 3 of those that he took down. He took down 7 in total today, which was like crazy. He's so badass. But yeah, now we just have half the flooring left to go. And this wheelchair lift, and this guy, and that guy over there, and all this wiring. I think it's coming along. Look what you did!
Celebratory.
Celebratory, yes.
You got the lift out.
Good job, babe.
This is fucking scary.
Just fucking... Where's the hole? Oh, there's the hole. You can't see it, but you kind of can. Oh my gosh.
Glad we overshot the concrete.
You are incredible. You are 4 men put together.
And jingly.
And you are a musical entity of strength and power. Sexiness. Look at that. Look at him in all of his glory.
I'm gonna put like an inspirational string soundtrack behind you. And on a bad day, I'm gonna listen to it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
You happy?
Yes. Are you happy?
Took out that there stair lift for you, sweetheart.
You did. You took the whole damn thing out. I don't even know what to say.
You happy?
I am happy. I am just ecstatic.
Because we could have lake right there.
Lake right there.
And then...
That doesn't look like a lake.
We can have lake right there. Maybe a little farther away. But maybe lake or river over there. Just on the other side of the olive tree in our campground.
One more high five. Whoa! Did you hear the echo on that shit? Damn! I love you.